Welcome to Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. We're right into the story part. For those who watched the stream yesterday, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube and you watched the previous video, the last video and this video is a day apart. When I was editing up the stream yesterday, last night, I ran into a little problem. Yesterday during this portion, specifically the cutscenes that are going to occur coming up here, we had some connection issues, caused the video to start lagging, and I decided, oh, well, we'll just use the local recording video, no big deal. So I uploaded that to YouTube. I figured that I could trim out the portion of the video that I wanted using the sort of the video editor on YouTube itself, because I've done that with everything that I've exported from Twitch to YouTube. But apparently if you upload something and it's a long video, you cannot trim it online on using the YouTube editor. So, and I don't have any other video editing programs. I have Windows Movie Maker, but that thing's super old. It's really bad, so I just didn't even use it. So what we're going to do is, there was about 30 minutes of yesterday's stream that did not make it on YouTube. It is still in the VOD, so if you want to go and watch it, you've got 60 days before that VOD expires if you want to actually see. But we're starting from the moment that the lag and the connection issues started to happen. So from this point on, we're gonna see things that we saw yesterday if you were here. Otherwise, you're not missing anything. This is picking up where the last video left off if you're watching on YouTube. So because I didn't want the slideshow effect happening during the cutscene, because the cutscene was epic, we're reloading and we're going to play through 30 minutes of stuff that we played yesterday. But it's fine. It's okay. So let's go ahead and get started here. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Hopefully we don't have drop frames in the cutscene again, because I will be livid if that happens. So I believe the option that I picked here was shouldn't torture it like that. We're talking about the Shaelmaar monster.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this.
We will face the Shaelmaar.
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go see the Duchess. She's beautiful.
Let's go.
Alright, feast your eyes on an amazing cutscene.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
This creature is awesome.
Got a bad feeling about this.
He survived.
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
We have to help him.
Help the lad. All right.
Onward!
Whoops.
Gotta keep it down. There's us.
Alas, for night, the beast heaved its foul girth, then roar and dropped it to earth. Now came the Witcher in one mighty bound to give fight to the beast, its plans unbound. Now, and thus the Witcher's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, turned
God
to
dang it.
dust.
All right.
The fate of the beast has been won by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds.
I think we have to stand still, I think. Of course, this guy can't die, so... Woo!
Bring up the ocean and set fire to the woods. For nothing in this struggle can come to any good. The Witcher waited till the time was
Oh, this
true,
thing is
then
crazy
twirled,
here.
danced and spun, struck the monster like flew. Like a bow who leaps at the love's first spurt. So the Witcher wounded the Shaelmaar, then its howl hard turned. Dodge, dive, flee, faint.
We can't let this guy die.
Shaelmaar's cries ring aloud. Blood transforms into jelly.
Ooh. No, stop rolling around, please. Stop rolling around, you dumb thing. Oh my god, I did not have this much trouble yesterday with this thing. Oh my god, I am out of potions. This might be bad. This might be bad. Okay. Alright, he's dead. Woo! Okay, so we picked a different option yesterday. We're gonna pick the other one.
The Shaelmaar lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Do what you must. We have the option to kill the beast or spare it. I killed it yesterday. We're gonna spare it this time.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
Yep.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
It's an awesome monster that we've never seen before. It makes more sense to not kill it. Because it's in an arena, you know?
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
He probably hates us so much. Every time he tries to prove himself, we step in and take his kill.
We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk.
Got a lot
We
to
had
discuss.
been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Fight against the Shaelmaar, arranging something like that for sport? Bad idea.
Your Grace. Shaelmaars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmaar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
About the contract.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss
She's
it.
so fancy.
Naturally, but not here.
Okay.
We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Finding Damien. That beast is so well designed. He's amazing. And the reason why I chose to spare him is because it wasn't a threat. It
Tell
was
us,
arena torture.
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Julian?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
I wish he was here, Dandelion. Dropped a little bit of frames too.
The very
but it's
man we
fine.
would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings.
I really hope today is a better day in terms of connection and it doesn't go bad like yesterday. We dropped frames before the stream started, well, as the countdown was happening, and then we dropped maybe like 30 or 40 frames walking with the Duchess here, so hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I was gonna say something else, but never mind. Alright, so we're with the Duchess, we're talking to Damien. Let's learn about what's going on here. Sorry to have to tell you, Abruxa killed some guardsmen.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, Abruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Yes.
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Yeah, I'm the professional here, sir. Alright? You don't need to question me. Gonna need two things, information and access to the laboratory.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've
Really?
heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not always.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic.
Oh.
On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate.
I don't want the murder house.
Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
The guy's so mad there. So, we got that vineyard that we're going to be able to use as housing, I guess. I'm very interested to see what you can do there. If obviously there's probably going to be maybe a bed you can sleep in, although we just meditate, really. There'll probably be a stash there. I don't know what else they could have there. Maybe like, you know, like a grindstone for your armor and your weapons, maybe, but I don't know. That's going to be interesting because when the game first launched and, you know, we played through the Wild Hunt, I kept thinking to myself that, man, it would be so cool if we could actually have a house for us that we could go to, you know, to sleep, to store our weapons and get bonuses from staying there. And, you know, not only that, but all the trophies of all the monsters that we slay, if we could put them up on the wall, that would be amazing. So we'll see how this place looks, but if you remember the place from yesterday, it's the pretty much where we fought the Bruxa. And I don't know why we'd want that. There's dead bodies and all that stuff there, but maybe they'll clean it up for us, who knows. So let's talk about the victims here. Beast's first victim, what do we know? Let's pay attention here.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die.
Crespi.
He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
The Crespi.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
Ooh.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
Correct.
So it seems.
Interesting. So the first victim, a lot of people didn't like him because of the way that he was in the winery business. but there was claw marks, yet the beast, or the killer rather, was able to position him in such a way. Beast's second victim, tell me about him.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city, there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Bandits?
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in
Claws.
the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Okay. The victims, both older knights.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Numismatics. Similarities between the victims seem to be more and more of them. If you keep wondering why I keep looking over here at the screen, it's just to make sure we're not dropping frames, because I want to get through all of this that we did yesterday, but had issues. We didn't have issues anywhere at this particular point. It was basically back in the arena fighting the Shaelmaar. But today seems like one of those days where at any moment it goes south.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the
Virtue.
murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if they...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Virtues. High moral standards. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So, honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion. Sounds like a paladin to me. Played D&D before. Why those virtues exactly?
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
I feel like at some point in the game, we're going to have to remember honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion in that particular order. Maybe not, but I don't know. That seems like that's something that is very important in this land. Beast announcing moral decay.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit true, though not perfectly.
Didn't think
Can't
about it.
discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Ooh.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Oh, we don't want that guy to
Damien.
die.
To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
What's that mean, a team?
They were a team?
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Need to find Milton.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton. Immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must
Oh.
call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace.
That's
Horses?
awesome.
Ready our horses!
Ready our horses. So we basically gotta find people playing hide and seek. Uh oh, something.
Your Grace!
He stepped in mud and then. Whoa, girl.
Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Royalty. That looks awesome. Now, when we did this yesterday, there was a little bit more light out than this cutscene had, but I think it looks better this way.